All right, today's video is going to be what is the devil really? Now, I know a lot of people don't even believe in the devil or gods or angels or things like that. But hey, I'm going to tell you right now, if you believe in one of them, you got to believe in all of them. There's nothing in between. If one of them is real, they all got to be real. And I'll explain to you why. So you already know how it goes. Let me share my screen. All right, I'm here now. What's up? What is the devil really? Now, why do I bring up that question? Because for the longest time now, well, mostly the past 2, 3 weeks, but for the longest time now, I've been going over the Bible, life, lore, myth, what is real, what's not, history, facts, numbers, math, whatever you want to say and do. I've gone over all of it. And there's some things that always pop up again here or there in every little thing that you think of in some way, shape, or form, right? Let's talk about math. I'll give you an example. And you might think, how's the devil in math? All right, let me just give you one example. 6, 6, 6. Oops, let me not do that. Hold up, doing something for me right now. Boom. Let's hit enter. Whoa, number of the beast. What does that mean? Last time I checked, 666 is just a number. 665 comes before it, and 667 comes after it. Why is 666 an evil number? How are numbers evil? That doesn't make any sense. It's a number. Chapter 13. Oh, let me see that. 13. We got a lot of documentaries and shows. I know a lot of people be saying number 13 is also an unlucky number, like there's no 13th floor or something like that. Let me see. But why? Wait, let me. Floor. The 13th floor is the destination of a multi-level building and is often omitted in countries where the number 13 is considered unlucky. What you mean unlucky? It's a number. What? But whatever, that's just numbers, right? Whatever. Okay, the devil's just in numbers. So, that's just numbers, right? What about history? Devils aren't real, bro. Um, devil in history. Whoa, what is this? Stalin and Hitler? I guess you could consider those people devils, I guess. Let's see. The devil, origin, Bible, Lucifer. Last time I checked, Lucifer is just a name. Like anybody can have the name Lucifer. But why is that a name of a devil? What? Vladimir I can't even pronounce the last name. Why are these people the devil in history? Why are these books written about devils in history? Why do we have books at all talking about a devil being a real person? What? 7 devils, devil in Christianity. Where did Satan come from? It's like anywhere and anywhere you look, and I could keep going, but I don't want to bore you guys. But anywhere and anywhere you look, there's something always related to a god, a devil, an angel. We just see things everywhere for some reason. But why is the devil considered a bad thing and God, for example, considered a good thing? And the reason why I say that is when people trying to say that, there's a God, right? How is there not a devil? If a God, right? Okay, all right, let me see something. God definition. Let's look this up right now. Boom. The creator and ruler of the universe and source of all moral authority, the supreme being. All morals mean good things, right? Like if you have a good moral, good values, good things like that, that all mean the same thing. So it's supposed to be some kind of all-powerful being, right? But it's also an all-powerful being that is for good things, good all moral authority that determines your good natures, your good actions, your good decisions. So basically an all-powerful being that has good intentions, right? So what's the devil? The chief evil spirit, Satan, okay? A person with specified characteristics. I don't know what that means. A junior assistant for a lawyer or other professional. Ooh. But yeah, a chief evil spirit. So some sort of spirit, some sort of being. Well, it doesn't even say that it's evil. It doesn't even say anywhere that the devil is evil in this definition. A chief, oh, never mind, I lied. Dumb. The chief evil spirit, Satan. Well, so if there's a supreme good being, so for a fact, there must be, a supreme or a chief evil being. So for those of you that say the devil don't exist, well, nah, if you're gonna believe in a supreme good being, there gotta be a supreme bad being. Because how can I have good if I don't have bad? If there's no good, how are you gonna tell bad? And if there's no bad, how are you gonna tell good? You know what I mean? So there's gotta be some sort of Lucifer, Beelzebub, and that's another problem I had. Lucifer, Samuel Morningstar, whatever. This is the DC Comics, Beelzebub, Krampus, Mezakine, Wendigo, Death, all these different names for this one being. Same thing with God, bro. God has Yahweh, Yeshua, Joanna, whatever. Multiple names for God, multiple names for the devils. All these all the same thing? They're all the same person? Probably, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But all I know is if there's a good, there's gotta be a bad. And everybody says the devil is bad. Well, I guess depending on what you consider evil and what you consider good. Because I have this quote down here, right? I live, so I have lived. Now, that doesn't make any sense if you just read it like that. But if you realize DEVILLIVED, devil backwards is just lived. And forget the D, right? Evil backwards is live. Now, why is that, right? How come when I spell evil backwards, it's live? Like I'm a living being right now. I live. So I evil and I have lived a great life. I deviled a great life. I devil a great life. Why is the opposite of being alive considered evil? Why do people consider being alive evil? Because I've heard in many religious places that if you're alive, you're in a place to suffer. This is a world of suffering, suffering, suffering. It has to be a world of suffering. So by default, us being alive means we're evil. What? What? We are eternally living evil beings looking to do the good. Okay, I guess that doesn't explain all of the bad things that have been happening in the world though. Like, okay, what happens if right, an earthquake happens, right? An earthquake happens and there's like destruction. Boom. Look at all this earthquake image. Yeah, whatever. Okay, that's gonna block the image, but if you're looking at an earthquake or like Haiti, South America, wherever these things go, did we cause those earthquakes? You know what I mean? Some people might say yes, but that's a different story for another day. Let's just pretend we didn't. Did we cause earthquakes, typhoons, tornadoes, tsunamis, right? Thousands of years ago before we quote unquote could have had the technology to do it today. Did we at those times create those things, or was it the God in the Bible, doing those things, causing great floods, causing earthquakes, tsunamis, all these great things, right? To destroy us evil people. Well, to the God that was doing it to us evil people, those floods, those earthquakes were all good things. It was a good thing that all those people died. It's a good thing that when those earthquakes hit, all those evil people are dying, bro. It's a good thing, right? You know what I mean? If you have a family member in a part of a world that got hit by a natural disaster and they may or may not survive, it's a good thing. From God perspective, right? Because we're evil people. Because if we are truly beings made to suffer, right? We live in an existence of suffering and we're trying to do good so we can see God when we die. It's a good thing when we get killed by earthquakes, tsunamis, and all these natural events. It's a good thing. And if you want to say, Chris, that's a horrible thing to say, you can't say that. I didn't say it though. It's what you believe. It's what I believe. It's what you've been taught. It's what I've been taught, right? So I'm just like, from God's perspective, in the Old Testament and all those things, we are evil for a fact. And doing these things to wipe us out from existence is a good thing. But from our perspective, which is, being a regular everyday human, it's a horrible thing when earthquakes, tsunamis, bad people get away with crimes, killing people, bad people get away with doing bad things, you know what I mean? And it's like I just never really got it, you know what I mean? Because it's rather you take a stance that, yep, we are for a fact evil beings, and everything that happens to us to get rid of us or to hurt us or destroy us are good things by default because we are evil. Or no, that's not the case at all. That can't be the case, because how are you going to tell me we are evil, but when we get hurt or destroyed or killed by things we can't control, it's not a good thing? Why would you want to keep something evil around? That's like, you have an evil being or evil person in your house or your home, and they're destroying things, and then somebody else in your home tries to get rid of it, or you yourself try to get rid of it, and then you stop yourself and being like, no, it's evil and it's causing harm. I'm gonna let it stay to continue to cause harm. I'm gonna let the burglar or the robber in my house who's breaking things stay in my house. Like, I'll tell him to stop, and instead of calling police to get rid of him, no, I'm gonna just let him stay there and hope that he'll stop breaking things. It doesn't make sense. So it's one or the other. It's either we are evil, and then when bad things happen to us, we cannot get mad because that's the way life goes. That's just life, the world, nature trying to fight back against us as evil beings. And it's sad when people die. It's sad when bad things happen, but we are for a fact evil because we live. Anything that's living that is not non-living or conscious or sentient or whatever is good, but everything that is living, you know what I mean, is bad. So if the non-living things try to attack and rebel against the evil, it's how the world should work. Or it's the exact opposite, and we are not, follow me here, just follow me, this is a hypothetical situation. We are not inherently evil, right? We're not inherently evil. Maybe we're not evil. Maybe this definition of a devil, right? Whatever a devil is not really a bad thing. Because from our perspective, God probably is the bad one. If you're a human and you're not an evil one, right? And then you see, and if you're of the mindset or belief, right? Oh, why do earthquakes happen? Why do good people get hurt and bad people come out of the way to destroy us and hurt us, right? If you're of that mindset, then we're not inherently evil. We may do bad things, right? But we're not inherently evil. If a baby comes out of the womb and you're going to tell me that baby's evil, I'd say you're crazy. I'd say you're crazy. Because that baby don't know good or evil. It only cares about getting to his mother's breast so it can get some milk to survive. It has no concept of good or evil or evil. It's just trying to survive. So if you have the stance that we are not inherently evil, but we can choose to do evil things, then who or what is the evil force happening to us? Because again, you can't have a good unless you have an evil, and you can't have an evil unless you have a good. So from our perspective, if we're not the evil ones, when bad, evil things do happen and we're not in control of it, or we're not doing it to ourselves, something other than ourselves must be doing it. And it must inherently be bad if we are not bad. Because there's only good and bad. So if you are not bad, by default, you are good. And if you are not good, you are by default bad. There is nothing in between. Right? So you could say Mother Nature is evil. Nature is evil because nature brings out diseases, smallpox, influenza, the Rona, right? Things that kill people, hundreds, thousands, millions, and just makes life harder, destroys families, takes people away. Earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, natural events, volcano eruptions, wiping out entire civilizations to the point that we can't recover. We lose parts of our history, parts of our land, everything. You could say nature is inherently evil because it is not for us. It is not for anyone. It does what it wants, regardless of who or what may live or die. Or if you want to take it a step further and say, what is nature and who created nature? Some of you might even say God is inherently evil. But hold on a minute, right? For all of you who don't want to accept it as one or the other, if you don't want to accept that there's only two options, there has to be something in the middle. There has to be a gray area, right? What's the only gray area that could logically make sense? Well, it depends how you look at it. If you want to say that humans are not inherently evil and by default nature is inherently evil, that doesn't necessarily mean that God is evil. However, that doesn't mean that God is necessarily good either. Now, if you take a stance that God is, for a fact, a neutral force, like if you look at an atom, there is a neutron or a center, a neutral core, and then there is positive and negative ions or whatever floating around it. There's the center, the core, and then there's the positive and the negative, right? So if you want to say God is a neutral force that just created everything or just keeps everything spinning around it, like if you think the sun or the earth is the center of the universe, regardless, doesn't matter which one or which belief you have, it is the thing and it is spinning. We are spinning around it or spinning with it. It is neither good or bad, but around it and developing around it is forces of good and forces of evil. So what stance would I take? Depends how you look at it. For me personally, I take every stance, but it depends on what question or what angle you decide to come at me from. I have given you a plethora of different examples for each and every different side of the story. You can come at me with any other question, either the same or completely different, and I can take any different side of the story and I would be right in regardless what I say, whether there is a evil God, a good God, or a neutral God, whether there an evil person, a good person, or a neutral person, whether there is a evil nature, good nature, or a neutral nature. Doesn't matter which side I take, as long as it fits the scenario the context of the scenario perfectly. You are right, because you cannot prove any other version of the truth wrong. But you cannot also say that your one version is more correct or even better than another version, because they are all equal to each other. You could just pick the version in your mind that hurts you the least. But if somebody says the opposite of your version that would hurt you the most, you can't say no, they're wrong. Nor can you say that my version is better than theirs, because for me that's a better way of looking at things, so it has to be a better way of looking at things for everybody. No, 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 no. You are allowed to pick whatever version of the story you want to believe or tell, but you are entirely, completely, and utterly wrong. There is no right or wrong in this scenario. There is a right answer and a wrong answer. You are right if you choose to have a side of a story and you pick that side for whatever scenario it suits you in, but you are wrong if you say that somebody else's side is either less efficient than yours or better than yours for some reason, or less than yours, or whatever, even if it fits the context of what you're saying or not, because they're all the same thing at the end of the day. So, in my mind, let's relate this back to the subject. A devil is good, and the God that we know of is bad. And in your mind, the devil has always been bad, and God that we serve is good. But truly, what do I believe? Depends how you look at it. But this just been Chris here, giving my 2 cents yet again. You could take it or you could leave it. You can run with it or you can run away from it. Whatever works best for you. But I'm going to keep saying the truth. I'm going to just keep bringing up the facts, simple facts. Whether you choose to deny it or not, it will be told. And if you are here listening, I thank you. I'll catch you guys next time.